The Speed Station welcomes you to Palm Beach International Raceway for the inaugural NextEra Energy 400. You may recall last weekend at the Daytona 500 on lap 6, the big one broke out down the front straight, and Alex Bowman got turned into the inside pit road wall by Ryan Sieg, hit that wall, which is not a safer barrier, almost straight on, and was T-boned by Ryan Sieg upon impact. He is going to miss the race here at Palm Beach International Raceway. He is being replaced by Regan Smith for hopefully only one race. Alex Bowman is out with a concussion and a broken wrist. Jan Magnussen picks up right where he left off at the Charlotte Motor Speedway Roval when he won last October by winning the pole here at Palm Beach. And super sub Regan Smith in the number 88 car qualifies second. Jack Hawksworth, who is qualified now for his first Cup Series start, qualified third. Reigning champion Clint Bowyer in fourth. Chase Elliott, Austin Cindric, Martin Truex Jr., Daniel Suarez, Ryan Blaney, and Kyle Larson round out the top 10.
Drivers, start your engines!
This race consists of 36 laps across a 2.034 mile road course. Stage 1 ends on lap 12 and Stage 2 ends on lap 24. The race split into thirds. And there is the first green flag at Palm Beach. Jan Magnussen leads the field off into turn 1, side by side with super sub Regan Smith. Smith starting to edge Magnussen on the exit of turn 3. Regan Smith now the leader. Clint Bowyer, reigning champion, trying to dive in on the inside of the 33 for second. Jan Magnussen fights him off. So now Magnussen will file behind the 88 car in second position, but dives in on the inside of the 88. But Regan Smith gets a better exit of that corner to once again clear the 33 car. Clint Bowyer back to the inside of Magnussen, but has to back out, being hounded by Jack Hawksworth in his first start for Levine Family Racing. Austin Cindric in the 02 car for Team Penske has made his way up into 5th position, with Daniel Suarez in 6th spot. And here we come off the final corner for the first time. And Regan Smith will lead the first lap of competition in the Cup Series at Palm Beach. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is on pit road. I believe he managed to cut a tire. And speaking of first-time starts, along with Jack Hawksworth, Tyler Ankrum from the NASCAR Gander Outdoors Truck Series is making his first career Cup Series start in the Nemco number 87. Your top 5 at the moment is Regan Smith above Jan Magnussen, Clint Bowyer, Jack Hawksworth, and Austin Cindric. Got a few new paint schemes debuting this weekend, including the number 9 car of Chase Elliott with his first sponsorship from UniFirst, as well as Ryan Newman, sponsored by Castrol, Kyle Larson with Advent Health Colors, and Ross Chastain debuting a brand new Haviline paint scheme. The yellow flag is out for the first time at Palm Beach. This is coming off the final corner in the race back to the flag. So Regan Smith will lead the field back to the yellow, above Jan Magnussen, Clint Bowyer, Jack Hawksworth, and Austin Cindric, just the way we last checked up on the top 5. And Jimmy Johnson, who's already had a very rough start to his retirement season, gets turned by Eric Jones into the inside retaining wall, makes very slight contact with the wall, spins it around, and causes the first caution in Cup Series history at Palm Beach. And for some reason, Regan Smith is heading onto pit road, falling onto pit road with the pace car. This will hand over the lead to Jan Magnussen for the restart. And the green flag is back out. Not sure what the issue is on the 88 car, but Jack Hawksworth going for second position above reigning champion Clint Bowyer. Looks like Hawksworth is going to take the spot. Daniel Suarez moves up into 4th position. Regan Smith has just got off pit road in front of teammate Jimmy Johnson. Smith currently runs in 39th position after that emergency pit stop. The 81 team of Brandon Jones, remember, in their 5 attempted Cup Series starts, they have managed to wreck out 5 times and DNQ once. So they are in very dire straits if they want to continue this Cup Series operation with little to no funding. On that last lap, Jan Magnussen was able to extend his lead above Hawksworth by 1.1 seconds. Clint Boyer still resides in third, with Austin Cindric making his way up into fourth position. Kurt Busch getting in a bit of a battle between his teammate Larson and Ross Chastain for 10th position. The 2004 champion hasn't won a race since August of 2018. He went winless last season. Ryan Blaney's now made a move under the 00 car of Suarez. Blaney now moves up into 5th position. Looks like Suarez is going to be overtaken by Chase Elliott at the start-finish line for 6th spot. Suarez starting to drop like a rock in the last 3 corners. He's lost 3 positions. He's got Ross Chastain coming on his outside right now. Teammate Ross Chastain, I might add. And the 55 car gets around the 00 as well. This is the margin between 2nd spot Jack Hawksworth and 3rd position Clint Boyer, with Jan Magnussen extending his lead much farther out to almost 3 seconds. There's Ross Chastain on the inside of Ryan Newman. Forces Newman a little bit up the hill on the exit of the carousel, and it looks like Chastain will take 8th position. And the 33 car is on a rail. The gap between 2nd and 1st positions is now over 3.5 seconds. Ryan Blaney managed to get by Austin Cindric in the last few laps. He's now up into 4th position, with Cindric falling into 5th. He's got a bit of a run coming from Chastain down the back straight. Chastain dives it into the carousel. And the 55 car will move up into 5th position. Cindric will also lose 6th spot to Ryan Newman. Without a single restart since Regan Smith's tire issue, he's been able to pass 8 cars and move up into 31st spot. There's AJ Allmendinger making his first Cup Series start this season for Colleague Racing. In their 2nd start as a team, they had Justin Haley last week in the 500. They're not quite getting the run that they expected out of this 16 car. They run in 19th position. It looks like they might fall to 20th with Logano on their inside. But Allmendinger's starting to get around the 18. And AJ will hold on to 18th position now, passing the 18 car on the outside line. The field has started to ever so slightly wear down the 33 car, but in the last 2 laps they've only been gaining a 1/10 of a second per lap, that being Jack Hawksworth, who's whittled the lead down to 3.4 seconds. So at this rate, with 3 laps to go in the stage, he won't be anywhere near the 33 car at stage end. Kurt Busch makes a move around the outside of the 4 car of Kevin Harvick. Looks like Kurt Busch will now take 7th position, trying to get a run on Ryan Newman on the inside. Looks like for a moment, Kurt Busch has 6th spot, but Ryan Newman defends it on the outside line. Here comes a run on the inside by Harvick on Ryan Newman. Through the carousel, they run side by side. But it looks like Kevin Harvick will take the spot off Newman down the front straight. Well, Jan Magnussen has started to increase his lead once again. The gap is now 4.1 seconds between Magnussen and Hawksworth. Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin currently runs in 19th position behind William Byron. But down the back straightaway, the 11 car is on the inside of Byron, trying to take 18th spot into the carousel. And there's the white flag for Jan Magnussen in stage 1. Ross Chastain up on the outside of the 12. Chastain trying to take 4th spot off of Ryan Blaney on the back straightaway. So now there is 2 Spestacorp cars in the top 4. There's the green and white checkered flag for Magnussen, who will win stage 1. Magnussen the winner of the stage above Jack Hawksworth in 2nd, Clint Boyer in 3rd, and Ross Chastain in 4th position. So the first car off pit road is Jan Magnussen getting out in front of Jack Hawksworth. and Clint Boyer. J.J. Yaley actually stayed out on that last cycle of stops, so he will restart in second position because he was not able to outrun Jan Magnussen, who was getting out of his pit stall. And there's the green flag for stage 2. J.J. Yaley, the only car to stay out. Looks like he's going to lose second position right off the bat to Jack Hawksworth. Yaley falling into third position. He might be overtaken by Clint Boyer. Yes, he will. Looks like Boyer will take third position. Yaley falling into fourth. The 55 car got a very slow exit to that corner. Let several cars on his outside, like the 6 and 4 cars. It looks like the 12 car as well. Clint Boyer will finally clear J.J. Yaley for third spot. Jack Hawksworth trying to dive in on Magnussen to attempt to take the lead off the 33. Kevin Harvick has got by J.J. Yaley. Harvick is now up into fourth spot. Oh, Yaley gets bumped by the 12 car and J.J. Yaley goes around. That's going to lead to one more yellow. This is your battle back to the caution. Not much of a battle with Magnussen still with a good lead above Jack Hawksworth in the 5. This will allow Eric Jones to remain on the lead lap. So at the present moment, Jan Magnussen the leader, Jack Hawksworth in second, Clint Boyer in third, and Kevin Harvick in fourth position. So right here, Ryan Blaney feels as if Yaley's slowing up the field, gives him a bit of a bump, and spins Yaley around, entering the corner. So the first car off pit road is Jan Magnussen getting off in front of Clint Boyer and teammate Kevin Harvick, with Jack Hawksworth falling down to fourth position and Ryan Blaney in fifth. And how about Brandon Jones? He's been able to drive his way up to sixth position through pit strategy and a good handling race car. So far, the 2 cars out of the race are 2/3 of last season's Big 3 of the Xfinity Series. Christopher Bell and Cole Custer are both out for mechanical failure. And there's the green flag once again for Magnussen. Only 4 laps to go in stage 2. Kevin Harvick already making the move to the inside of the 14. Harvick and Boyer being side by sides, allowing Magnussen to gap them a little bit. Harvick will move up into second. Hawksworth already trying to set up a pass on the 14. But Clint Boyer will defend the position. So now Harvick has his sights set on Jan Magnussen in the 33 car. Ryan Blaney will take third spot off of Clint Boyer. The gap between Magnussen and Harvick is only 0.7 of a second. Harvick trying to dive bomb some of the corners. And Harvick is almost right on the back bumper of Magnussen. Harvick might have a shot at drafting up on the 33 car down the back straightaway. He's not going to be able to make a move, but he might gain a little bit of ground. Harvick made a dive maneuver into the carousel. They're separated by just a little bit under a car length. At the start-finish line, this is now 2 laps to go in stage 2. The 88 car of Regan Smith has been able to claw his way back up into 23rd position. That's the separation between Harvick and Magnussen. Harvick makes his move to the inside. This could be the first pass for the lead under green. Harvick trying to dive his way into the carousel, and the yellow flag is out. This will be for the stage victory between Magnussen and Harvick. And it looks like Harvick's going to edge him out at the line. Kevin Harvick will win stage 2. Jan Magnussen falls into second with Ryan Blaney in third and Clint Boyer in fourth. As if his race wasn't hard enough, Regan Smith ends up being turned off the front end of Kurt Busch. This is the caution that ended stage 2. So no one decided to head down pit road on this lap. This may turn into a fuel mileage race. Jan Magnussen, you might as well call him the Iceman, because he was able to beat Jimmy Johnson, the 7-time champion last year at the Roval. But can he get by the 1-time champion of Kevin Harvick? And there, the green flag waves for the final stage. Ryan Blaney trying to set up a move on Magnussen into turn 1. Once again, the leader able to get a very good restart. Looks like Blaney will take the spot off Magnussen. So now Kevin Harvick leads Ryan Blaney, Jan Magnussen, Jack Hawksworth, and Clint Boyer. Got a bit of 3 wide action going on between Suarez and the Busch brothers. Looks like they make it through cleanly for now. Kurt Busch defending his line with Kyle almost running into the grass. There's Clint Boyer setting up a move on Hawksworth. Hawksworth kind of blocked him on the exit of that chicane. But this time Hawksworth moves down, but so does Brandon Jones, trying to pick up a spot off Boyer. But it looks like Clint Boyer will take the spot off Hawksworth, with Boyer filing into 4th position. And there's the gap between the 12 and 4 cars, a little over 1 car length. Still not a very comfortable margin for Harvick. And into the carousel, the 12 car dives it in on the 4. Right to the back bumper of Harvick. Harvick still the leader. The listed gap at the start-finish line was 2 tenths. The 12 car tried to set up a move on the outside of Harvick, but he just can't get there with the 4 car doing a little bit of blocking. He runs him wide. Ryan Blaney dives in on the outside line, trying to make the move the hard way. But it looks like for now he might be able to do it. Ryan Blaney now takes the lead in the 12 car for Team Penske. Harvick falling into 2nd, Jan Magnussen still holding position in 3rd. The top 5 at the moment is Ryan Blaney the leader, above Harvick in 2nd, Jan Magnussen in 3rd, Clint Boyer in 4th position, and Jack Hawksworth in 5th. The top 3 are still just barely separated by a little bit over 1 second. And still, these cars did not pit on the last cycle of stops. This will likely still turn into a fuel mileage gamble. Harvick got a little bit loose on the entry to the chicane. He's being hounded by Jan Magnussen now. Magnussen tried to make the move to the outside, but gives a little bit of a bump to the 4 car. Denny Hamlin just took 6th position off of Brandon Jones, so Jones falls down to 7th. And there's the gap now between the 12 and 4 cars. Harvick managed to lose a lot of ground battling with Jan Magnussen over the last few laps. Here comes a move by Magnussen to the inside of Harvick into the 2nd to last corner. It looks like Jan Magnussen will take 2nd position on the front straight. Denny Hamlin managed to get by Jack Hawksworth, so the Daytona 500 champion is now up into the top 5 for the first time today. We currently have less than 5 laps to go, with the 12 car of Blaney with almost a 3-second lead above Jan Magnussen in the 33 car. Jack Hawksworth starting to lose many positions. He lost 6th spot to Truex, and it looks like he's going to lose 7th to the 81 car of Brandon Jones. Might be freight trained on the inside, being trapped out on that outside line. Jan Magnussen was able to reel in the 12 by a lot that last lap. In fact, he gained 1.6 seconds just in that lap alone on the 12 car. And that last time by, Blaney put 4 more tenths back onto his lead. The gap is now out to 2.4 seconds above Magnussen. Your top 10 at the moment is Ryan Blaney above Magnussen, Harvick, Boyer, Hamlin, Truex, Brandon Jones, Jack Hawksworth, Chase Elliott, and A.J. Allmendinger finally getting up into that top 10. We're going to have 3 laps to go at the start-finish line. The 12 car still with a controlling lead above the 33. You know, Brad Keselowski definitely not getting a very good run today. Currently runs in 31st position, way off the pace. The gap between first and second is now out to 3 seconds. Kevin Harvick, though, starting to reel in Jan Magnussen. And there's Ryan Blaney off the final corner for 1 lap to go in the inaugural Next Era Energy 400 at Palm Beach International Raceway. The gap is 3 seconds between first and second position. Harvick has started to fall off of Jan Magnussen. Ryan Blaney has been able to extend his lead by a little bit more above Magnussen. This is down the back straight. I think he's out of fuel. Ryan Blaney is swerving. He appears to be out of fuel. Jan Magnussen with a bit of a run down the back straightaway. His car is still running. It appears that Harvick's has ran out as well. Into the final corner. Does the 33 car have enough fuel to make it to the start-finish line? And it looks like he is gonna do it. Jan Magnussen gets handed his second career victory in only his 3rd start. Magnussen, the winner at Palm Beach in the inaugural running. Second position, it looks like it's going to be got by Martin Truex Jr. He has just enough fuel to get second spot. Third position, an upset by Brandon Jones, and Kyle Busch has been turned around on the back straight. Regan Smith involved. Daniel Suarez is well involved. A wild final lap. Jack Hawksworth managed to get 4th position with A.J. Allmendinger in 5th. And Ross Chastain rolling back in 6th. There's William Byron coasting across the start-finish line. He as well ran out. Harvick, who was coasting on the back straightaway out of fuel. Let's see, gets some contact right here with Kyle Busch. Gets ran into by the 18 car of Busch, as well as the 34. These cars were not even able to finish. Jan Magnussen does it again. In his 2 starts in the 33 car, he ends up with 2 victories above Martin Truex Jr., Brandon Jones, Jack Hawksworth, A.J. Allmendinger, Ross Chastain, Ryan Newman, Jimmy Johnson, who managed to rally back after an early race incident, Ryan Blaney, and Clint Boyer, who managed to get back without fuel. And that's your top 10 after a chaotic final lap at Palm Beach International Raceway. Now at the moment, the point standings are pretty much irrelevant to take a look at because it's so early in the season. There's going to be so many fluctuations across the first 5 races or so that everything's going to be different. But let's take a look at it. Ryan Newman moves up 4 positions to now be the point leader above Chase Briscoe, who remains in 2nd position in points. Austin Cindric moves up into 3rd spot. He may or may not be running the full season going off of his early season performance. Clint Boyer moves up 7 positions to 4th. Larson up 5 to 5th. Daniel Suarez does not move at all. Ryan Blaney picks up 11 positions into 7th. Denny Hamlin falls 7 positions after winning the 500. Jan Magnussen, because he did not compete in the 500, picks up 50 positions technically, up into 9th in points, and Ty Dillon up 5 positions to 10th in points. And here's your playoff standings, with really the only 2 numbers you have to look at are the cars that are guaranteed a spot in the playoffs, those being Denny Hamlin and Jan Magnussen, who are so far the 2 winners of the season. The next race is at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point Casino 400. Got you right here on the Speed Station.